Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. A new video that hopefully won't get deleted for silly reasons. Like my pull video for the Awakening Wave, where I had it done and ready to upload for the most part, and it accidentally ended up getting deleted when I went to clear out some older videos. Or the chaos for that, which my phone decided I had too much space taken up and stopped recording halfway through. Joy! Either way, this is the new chaos for the new event character for Global. Khimari, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I am not using any synergy here because I'm stupid and this is probably going to go bad. This is a really odd stage, though. Simply because there is only one trash wave to my knowledge. The rest of the waves for this stage are all either mid-bosses or a boss that respawns a few times. Now, I have no idea how badly this is going to go. What's the score target? 430,000. That's kind of low for a chaos, so... And it's giving you 115 turns. So it's expecting you to take a while here. I am bringing Leviathan, because the boss, as far as I'm aware, will likely HP attack at some point and get most, if not all, your characters down pretty low. And it's good to try to avoid that as best you can. But if it does happen, and it honestly likely will, Leviathan will give you a buff to your initial Brave, which is really, really nice and can counteract the debuffs they're going to be putting on you. And yes, this stage seems to be based around Yuna, who I don't really have built up. But hopefully that's alright. I'm going to bring a friend Tifa because she's Tifa. I don't have one myself. I am going to try, if I get lucky on the Rosa banner, I am going to try to pop some tickets onto the Barrett banner and see if I can get an EX for Tifa. But that's really just depending how that goes. But yes, my team is pretty basic here for this. Ishtola is great for just about everything right now. Cloud is still a pretty powerful DPS. I think he's going to fall back a bit in the coming months. But for right now, I believe he's still pretty powerful and useful. And Ultimecia, who is still honestly a goddess of power and time compression. So let's give this an attempt. And here we are with what's to my knowledge the only trash wave. Oh, are they immune to magic? That's interesting. I always like to use a stone first to get that Brave Attack plus if needed, and because it's going to be regened with EX anyway. Just Brave Attack with HP attack with Cloud there. And now we come to a mid-boss wave already. They don't seem to have overly high amounts of health. I'm gonna stone this and hope I get high turn rate. No. Get a brave here. Meteor Rain here because I don't really care about breaks too much at this point. Push it back a bit. There, it's at plus right now, so let's see. I don't think either of them are going to HP attack just yet. And that puts her back into her EX, which is nice. Push them back again. Use another skill here so she doesn't lose her stacks, because I believe her EX should be up next turn. Use another HP plus here. And use Medica so he doesn't get broken. And that's actually activated the Leviathan buff. Sad thing for them, this is activated by trap card basically, because Ultimisha can go to town now. I'm still going to be conserving skills mostly though. I think they should be buffing themselves up pretty soon. Which could end up being slightly bad. Because I think they put a bunch of buffs on themselves. This should heal up Cloud and use this additional stone to shove it back a bit. Use another Apocalypse. Again, I'm going to try to preserve as many skill uses as I can. It should die in its next few hits. HP attack plus there, and yep, this finishes it off. 35 might be a bit slow, but here comes the boss. We get 3 waves of this thing. As you can see, each one of it doesn't really have too much health by itself. Gonna medicate here, make sure everyone's up. I think I will have Ultimecia kind of go a bit heavier on the second one. Just simply because I think I'll bring Tifa in on the last one to do some burst damage. This one's halfway dead already. But this all attack is likely going to be something big. Make sure I have a high amount of Brave here because I believe I know what this is. No! Having a high amount of Brave still helped though. I'm gonna do this because yeah, I figured it'd be going into an HP attack. So that's... It also helps that it missed. So that overall just went really well. I'm hoping I can finish this by 50. Ulti's starting to hit for weaker here. HP attack. And hopefully this will be it. No. Broken. But this one's finished off anyway. Now it dies, and it's basically gonna just respawn at a slightly higher level. It's level 150 now. Let's see how much that one level actually changes. Not too much. Gonna push off that for a little bit. HP attack plus. I'll do another Protean Swords here. I'm just gonna Brave dump here. Regen my Brave because it's probably using, yes, End Ball. And this gets the Leviathan buff on both of them. But also some pretty nasty debuffs as well, as you can see. This is why it's generally a good idea to bring Yuna here, and you can see why she is pretty much the character this is designed around. It's doing another all attack, which I believe should be one of its breaths. Pulse of life again. Another good thing about this is it's working down the debuffs. I'll do another finishing touch here. I believe Ultimecia should be somewhat close to getting her EX back up again. Very close. Honestly, really helped that it was still aimed at her, but we have another problem now. In that if Ishtola takes another attack, she's out for the count, unless I can get her EX back up in time. And that's Ultimecia's debuffs are gone now. Okay, let's see. Use Medica. Help charge her EX back up. Another protean sword. Cross slash. Yeah, at this rate, I should have all the debuffs gone after this round. There we go. And Cloud's EX should finish this off, I believe. Yes, I believe that's around 75 or so turns. And now we're going to be coming up to the last wave. Hello again. I kind of flubbed up that last wave. Sorry about that. So it's going to be a bit of a splice here. Honestly, a big problem. I'm kind of underestimating some attacks from this. It's not a very hard boss, honestly, but it does have some tricks up its sleeves. Medica here. Brave regen, not only to get that regen on her, but to break it. Because I want to push it at the very least. To be able to do damage during this, because once it does that attacks, there's going to be some nasty debuffs on you. The critical push. Again. And that's what I was waiting for. I am very much trying to do as much damage as quick as possible here. I want to get it down to maybe around half its health. I think using Protean swords here is the better option. Get a bit more damage. This is a risky move. And push it back yet again. This will mostly be the end for my Ultimecia. Do some quick damage. HP attack. Nice. Use a cross slash with Cloud. Got another stun off. Very nice. And this will lead into Tifa, put her buff on, and go into summon. Doing a huge chunks of damage and pushing it back a lot while in here. Use Medica just to battery everyone. Doing nice big chunks with Tifa's Beat Rush there. Battery again. Push it back with stone. Use another dolphin blow. And at this rate, it should be finished off before it even comes out of break. This one went very well. I should have HP plus instead of Medica at that one time, but ooh, whatever. I believe this should finish it off. Very nice. I'm assuming that's probably score. I got a decent chunk under and I didn't take any HP damage. Not too high over it, but I'll take it. That's a pretty refreshing one after the pain that was Barrett. I haven't done a video for Barrett's yet, mostly because I got all the conditions. I'm able to get through it decently well enough. But the big problem is the score requirement is super hard to hit unless you have Tifa herself, possibly Barrett. But if you don't have a synergy character, one of those two, that one's really, really, really tight to hit, and it takes some luck and really thorough planning to get around that. It can be done, but it's pretty difficult. Meanwhile, this one was kind of easy for the most part. I had some issues with the last wave, and that was basically on me. I got cocky during part of it, and that's ended up with me taking a team wipe, which is really sad. But otherwise, it's a pretty easy chaos. You don't need Yuna, you don't need Khimari. Both of them are nice to have. Speaking of Yuna, I do have her booked at the very least. Here she is. I got her at 0 out of 3. No boards done. And kind of really mad passives for her. I got a few curses on her. But if you want to use her, it's definitely recommended to have her 3 out of 3. She's kind of an all or nothing type of character with her EX plus. Some characters like, let's see, Warrior of Light here can work pretty well even at 0 out of 3. They don't necessarily need to be maxed out to be effective. But Yuna is kind of like characters like, let's see, yeah, Ulti herself, who really comes into her power at 3 out of 3. Or like Agrias. Let's see, where is she? Agrias as well gets a lot of her power from her EX at 3 out of 3. It's so if you want to use Yuna, you should go in thinking you're going to go all in on this character. It's not a character you go wishy-washy with. You go into that character and you go in 100% to make the most out of her. She's, honestly, I find her kind of a confused kit, where it doesn't really mesh too well with each other, but she's still really useful for what she does. She's a little bit of both offense and support. Her base kit being pretty much entirely support based, and her EX and all of its upgrades basically being nothing but offense based. Like oops. Let's look at this. You got Sonic Wings Plus, which this is a 0 out of 3 effect, I believe. Its hit count becomes 4, increases brave damage, stolen, Brave can now overflow up to 120%. And it regens allies Brave, not Brave, Brave, based on how much HP damage. It does a nice little battery to it. Which is really nice. It has some support to it, but let's look at its limit break effects. Energy Ray becomes Energy Ray Plus, gets a moderate damage boost, and some overflow increase. All offense. It's 2 out of 3. When using an Energy Blast, it gets a lot more Brave damage boost, even more overflow, and it does give some Brave to the party, which is really nice, but again, not really huge. And this one, 3 out of 3, does add some really nice stuff, but the biggest thing, max Brave up, attack up boost through her EX buff, her special mode, I guess you could call it, because her EX summons Veilfor and it stays, and you can do attacks with Veilfor for up to 6 turns. It gives it also a party HP regen, which is really, really nice. And it starts you with it summoned, which again is really nice because she can go right into her offense from the start. And she's got some HP regen going on the party from the start. So her EX Plus does actually have a little bit of support to it, but it's still mostly get to offense faster, which is not bad, but kind of doesn't mesh too well with the rest of her kit, especially because you're going to be using Brave pluses and HP pluses most, because those are the attacks that get turned for when Veilfor is out. And those don't contribute much to your EX recast, which ends up I'm gonna have to end up using purely support moves that don't dump HP at all during turns, which isn't completely awful, but it's really kind of not a great use of a turn because it's only doing one thing. Because you really have to make use of your turns in this kind of content. And if you're not dumping Brave every turn or so, it's not too good. Support skills that don't dump Brave really have to do something amazing or not take up a turn to be really considered super great in this era, in my opinion. So both of her skills, while great, one to cleansing you of debuffs, which is really nice, and the other one healing your party, as well as giving her a buff. Again, it's really nice, but that's all it essentially does. Which is a bit of a problem and kind of flies in the face of her EX kit, which is AoE damage, single target damage, just pumping out laser beams and fireballs and crap like that. And it creates a kind of dissonance with her kit, where you're either going to be doing mostly pure damage with some Brave battery with it, which honestly a lot of characters can do at this point. Like Agrias, she's going to be tossing out a chunk of damage and battering her allies with at least one of her skills. And you got Setzer, who's going to be doing that with his skill 1. I believe even Vaughn cash backs a lot of Brave with certain attacks as well, which is really effective. Like, even DPS have, like, support effects added onto their attacks, where they can regen some of their own Brave or allies' Brave. So, Yuna, while really nice with what her support skills do and what her EX itself does, I think they're all too one note and too far removed from each other. Her original kit is all based on support, and her EX kit is based on her being a summoner. Who it's a DPS based EX on a support based kit. So I think it kind of needs a bit of work. It's effective and it can work. She is an effective character when used correctly, and she can clear contact fine. But I really think it could use a bit more cohesion in the kit. But oh my word, I went on a huge rant about this. I'll let you guys go. I gotta edit this together because yes, I mucked up the last wave a bit. So I gotta fix things a little and edit and crap, which I'm not good at. So. But either way, see you guys. Oh yeah, I'm likely going to be moving on to a different phone plan and with a different phone soon. So I may not be able to put out videos for the next few events or things. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. I'm hoping when I get a new phone, it'll have something to record with, but I might have to take a little break from making content. Just to let anyone who cares know. But either way, for real now, I'm gonna go because ranting like this is dumb, and I doubt many people really want to hear too much on it. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you.